All right, everyone. Hello. Welcome to the first episode of the True Millennial Podcast. I'm your host, Braden, with my co-hosts, Aaron, James, Jimbo. Say hello, guys.
What is up, my dude?
Jimmy.
Hello.
Okay. So, let us introduce ourselves. I'm Braden. Aaron and I have known each other for many, many years. What is going on?
Huh?
You good? You good?
Yeah.
Okay. Aaron and I have known each other. We met, gonna sound weird, but we met each other off Xbox. And I just met Jimmy because Aaron moved and met Jimmy through school. It's pretty much the rundown of it. And Jimmy?
Normally, if we were recording this on a heavenly Thursday night, we would have another big Polak man with us today,
Big Slavic person.
known as Vince.
Vince Daddy. Anyway, to topic.
Papa Vince. 12 years of Slav.
12 years of Slav. Okay. So, Aaron, how did we meet with Xbox?
I'm pretty sure we met through this old Halo Reach clan called Recon. It's no longer a thing anymore because the leader was fucking.
Easy there, bud.
I think that's how we met. That was
Yeah.
like a couple. I want to say 5 years ago, maybe 7.
Yeah. And the purpose of this podcast is pretty much, I see lots with the media to where us as a millennial, like most people don't even classify a millennial what it actually is. A millennial is someone who was born before 2000 and right after 1995. Anything before that is not a millennial. That is the 5-year span that classifies as a millennial. Media in general, especially with this recent Chicago kidnapping, where they were millennials is what they were, and it's very bad rap, especially for us, because we are very classified as idiots. We don't know what we're doing, very ignorant. And this podcast there's really anything like it to where people are sitting down right here and talking about actual events.
Granted, I don't actually know what I'm doing with my life. That's besides the point.
That's also, like, everyone's been in this situation, and no one knows how to give anybody slack. So, the first topic of this podcast is actually going to be of the Chicago kidnapping, and with the research that I've done after the conclusion, the only thing that at this point has not been concluded is the kids' sentencing. Or I should call them young adults, or criminals is what they really should be called. So pretty much what happened is these kidnappers... Jordan Hill, 18 years old. Tesfaye Cooper, I'm pretty sure is how you pronounce that Nignog name. Also 18. Tanisha Covington, 24. And Brittany Covington, very important name, by the way. She was the one who was live streaming the whole thing on Facebook. So the victim, we do not know the name of the victim. The police have been very respectful towards the family. The kid is safe and sound, as we know. He is still in the hospital having his head and wounds treated because they beat him up, is what they did. It was torture.
They scalped him, if I'm not mistaken.
They did scalp part of his head. That is absolutely true. It's all on video. I can link it in. But they held the kid for 5 hours, and they kidnapped him 48 hours before that. Originally, the victim knew Jordan Hill, and they were friends in, I believe, high school, is what I had read. And Jordan Hill, after the second day, he had stolen a van, and he had gotten into it with the victim, and so he tied him up with the rest of his 3 friends, and the video is what you have after that. They made the kid drink toilet water. I'm pretty sure they broke a couple ribs, and it was an absolute hate crime. If you watch the video, there is very, very Uh, it's very racist against white people and against Donald Trump itself. And I feel CNN did not
Oh
properly
yeah, see,
cover this.
there was one,
Have you guys?
God, I forgot her name, whatever the fuck.
Simone.
On CNN, I think. She was like a news reporter. She said it
Yeah,
wasn't a hate crime.
She said she did not want it to classify
It was completely
as a hate
stupid
crime
on her
because she
part,
did
I
not
believe.
Now, you know why this hate crime is such a big deal, right?
Why is it such a big deal, Brandon?
Alright, I'm gonna give you the charges. So, kidnapping has the sentencing. They've already been found guilty. They're just
Well, it's a
awaiting
given.
sentencing.
Kidnapping, obviously.
10 years is the minimum.
Mm-hmm.
30 is the
Yep.
maximum. Now, do you know what a hate crime is?
I'm fairly certain it's when you commit an aggressive act of violence against a person because of their race.
No, but do you know what the sentencing
Fucking
is?
no.
The sentencing for a hate crime is 10 years at the minimum to life. And in some cases, it can even be a death penalty.
Do they support over there where they were, or no?
I do not know if Chicago is a death penalty. I will look it up actually right now, or if Illinois is a
You
death
see,
penalty.
that's something that's always bothered me about you Americans. If you just kept with a death penalty, your crime rate would go down significantly.
I'm sorry, what is Canada's?
Don't even
death
get me
penalty?
started on these liberal pansies.
I don't even think there is a death penalty in Canada.
No, there isn't.
There isn't,
You guys
that's-
never had any. Which is why I like my country before the liberals took over. Now we don't have death penalty, but when you did have a death penalty in Colombia, the crime rate was significantly lower. You want to know why? Because all the criminals.
Okay, Illinois has abolished the death penalty since 1990, so it is not a death penalty state. So the most they can get is life, and that itself is crazy. So do you guys? This wasn't a Black Lives Matter. I don't know why people keep labeling it as a Black Lives Matter.
No clue why people are labeling this as a Black
It's
Lives Matter.
usually just because Black Lives Matter is a really controversial group. They've done some shady, bad.
All right, do you want me to? Okay, so Black Lives Matter did a statement about this on their Facebook, and they linked it on their Twitter. Do you guys want to hear what they had to say? Okay. Okay. Anyway, Jimmy, you just found out about this today. I want to hear your first impressions after hearing this.
My first impressions after hearing about the Chicago kidnapping, I had no idea about this. I had not seen any news reports on it. I have not seen any, say, social media reports on it. So I was completely.
It was trending on Twitter the day it happened.
I don't.
It was
use
like
Twitter.
number 5, I believe.
Use Twitter, so. I was completely oblivious about the topic until today, and after reading about it, watching a few YouTube videos about it, and realizing what happened, I thought first impression, I thought, oh, it's just another kidnapping, and yeah. But now that I've read about it, that the boy was streamed being tortured on Facebook and was held captive 48 hours prior to this event of being streamed for 5 hours and tortured.
It was streamed for 30 minutes. It no longer got streamed because she ran out of cell phone data.
All right, so 30 minutes. I heard it was 5 hours, but no.
He was binded for 5 hours straight.
He was binded for 5 hours. Okay, so.
Yeah, and what happened was the downstairs neighbor had called the police, and about a noise complaint, and the two girls, the Covington sisters, went downstairs, and that's when the victim had escaped, and a local police officer on the side of the street had called an ambulance for the kid after finding him. And something we haven't mentioned is the kid was mentally disabled.
Yes, I did read about that as well. The kid was
he's a special needs kid.
He
was
a gimp.
Okay, Aaron.
Easy. Anyway, we don't know. I thought it was autism at first, but I'm pretty sure they haven't specified. Like we have we still have no idea who this kid is. We don't. The family has spoken out publicly about this, and they are very grateful for the Chicago PD keeping this all under wraps for the family. The only people they have exposed the identity is the four kidnappers themselves. But the Black Lives Matter put this
Yeah,
on
I
their
don't blame them
Facebook
for
and
letting them
retweeted.
know who they're actually doing this to. I'm not
All right.
aware as if the kidnappers themselves knew the boy that they were doing this to was special needs or not. I'm unaware.
Oh, he knew because one of the main attacker, Jordan Hill, was friends with him in high school. No, it absolutely is. So Black Lives Matter put this on their Facebook. What happens to the young man who was held captured and tortured is a terrible end. We condemn the violence.
Wait, so is the
So
person who was tortured black? Is that why people are
No,
saying?
why?
no, he was white.
You're not
So
keeping up with this.
So why is
No,
it a
he just
Black
hasn't
Lives
heard of.
Matter riot then? Why do people believe that it's a Black Lives Matter riot?
No, no, no. It's a Black Lives Matter kidnapping, such as like Black Lives Matter is responsible for kidnapping a white man.
Mhm.
Is what
All right.
that's what everyone's been saying. That's what was trending, but it wasn't Black Lives Matter. But we condemn the violence the perpetrated against him. We have stated time and time again we are against all types of harm and violence perpetrated. We have never condoned it. This is absolutely perplexing and twisted that people are associating this atrocity with this organization and movement. Other thing is they are all arrested and will probably convicted to the fullest extent of the law. These deans will be punished for what they did because that's what the system does. And pretty much after that, that's where they lose their pretty much big points, and that's where they go playing the victim card of just being black.
Exactly.
But it is a good opening statement by them, and it does give them a bit of legitimacy for that they were not the ones responsible for this. What I honestly think is these kids were just punks who thought they were thugs. They were saying gang the whole time of the video.
World star, world star.
Pretty much, they were saying F white people, F Donald Trump, and they made the kid himself say it.
Oh yeah, by the way, if you're ever wondering why Donald Trump won, this is probably why.
Easy there. We're not getting into that today, at least, but yeah, it's absolutely crazy. But James, how much do you like? We're gonna go over everyone right here. How much do you guys think they deserve?
I most definitely believe they deserve max penalty for what they did, because for one, it's committing a hate crime and kidnapping is one thing, but streaming it on Facebook and letting this happen to and doing this to a special needs kid who may not be as, per se, I don't know what the word I'm thinking of here is, but
Aware is what happening.
aware of what is happening and how serious it really is just on a whole another level. If personally, if I were to give them their sentence, I would want to go above above what the thing for kidnapping is, and just for hate crimes in general. I know the maximum is potentially death, depending on the state.
It's not
depending for hate crime.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
not
but
safe.
it's not. Illinois.
I know. I was gonna say that Illinois is not a state that supports death penalty, but depending on the state, it may be.
Yeah, but so you're saying
I'm saying they should be
sentenced
sentenced to life. That's what I believe.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna go to me first, and I'm gonna go to Aaron. But I'm gonna say, I think each one should be tried differently for their roles. I feel like the girl who streamed it should be in there for, I would say, the full 30 years. And the two men who harmed and punched the kid and made him drink toilet water, I feel like they should get life. And the girl who was just the sister and was just watching the whole thing, I feel like she should just be tried, let's say 15 years of kidnapping. and 10 years, and that'll be served consensually, meaning they'll be served at the same time. So she would serve 15 years is what I would do. That is me personally, but you want to know something funny is the entire time of the stream she had like 200 people watching, and pretty much the whole comment section of her stream was like, you guys are going to jail. And even like their little sister, who was like 13 years old, she called the cops for the whole thing that was happening, and they were just trying to find out where the kid was, because everyone was aware of what was happening. They just had no idea where it was happening. All right, Aaron. Aaron,
My
what do you
opinion,
think?
all of them should gotten 55 to life. The reason I say this is because the odds of them surviving past their 30 years in prison are fairly low. People in prison don't really like it when A, you molest children, or B, abuse the mentally handicapped. So the odds of them getting shivved, shanked, beaten up, or just straight up murdered in prison are fairly high. So I think death penalty isn't exactly necessary, because one way or another, they're going to get it in jail.
Have you guys seen their mugshots?
No, I have not.
I'm gonna link this to you. Their mugshots. I want you guys to see their mugshots. It is actually hilarious. I will put this in the Discord, and I'll put. All right, there you guys go.
Look pretty ghetto and pretty ratchet. That's about what I expected.
Do you see the guy in the bottom right? That's
It kind of looks like the Predator, you know?
I'm
I'm not saying that because of the dreadlocks. I'm saying.
Yo, same.
But the girl on the top left is Brittany Harrington.
She looks like she dyed her hair with Kool-Aid.
The top left, not the top
Yeah,
right.
top
but,
left. Dyed her hair with Kool-Aid. Red tips.
Okay. I'll go ahead and probably put a picture in the of the podcast of what we're talking about, but there's a previous picture of just her in tears. It's actually, I almost have sympathy for these kids, almost, but it's just, I don't know what the word is. It's just very. It's just sad. Like, this is what these kids thought would be a fun thing to do in the afternoon. That they were all laughing during this, and they were saying. I said I don't have any sympathy for them whatsoever. But let's think about this, guys. What if the roles were reversed? What if this were a bunch of white guys who had kidnapped a black girl who is handicapped for being an Obama supporter and just saying...
It'd be an entirely different story.
Exact.
Yeah, it would be an entirely different story.
With just the roles reversed.
I feel like there'd be a few riots.
This would be worse than Ferguson if that were to happen, and if it was, say, live streamed on Facebook. This would be the basis for Black Lives Matter. It's insane of just how different this would be. That's pretty much all the points I want to make. You guys got any closing thoughts?
Yeah, I agree with you there. Like, if the roles were reversed and 4 white kids just kidnapped a mentally handicapped black girl, the roles would be completely reversed.
You would have a completely different reaction.
everybody would have such a different opinion. Everybody would have a completely different reaction. They would think it is a racial hate crime.
Oh, they've already been they've already been convicted of a hate crime, Jimmy. It's just they are awaiting their sentencing. So it's it's weird. Uh, but as of right now, they are in a Chicago jail, probably scared out of their minds of just what is going on right now. I cannot imagine being in their situation because, God. I can't I've been mean to people before. Like I've done stuff that I regret in school and just outside. Like I should have handled better. But I've never wanted to torture somebody. Uh, like this is just crazy.
Like I acknowledge that I'm a general
But but
in
let
life, but never ever wanted to do something so
but
drastic to
let
someone
alone
else.
stream the whole thing on. That's what baffles me the most.
I think the most terrible thing that they did was
Really,
stream.
that's really what has you is that they streamed it.
The fact that they streamed this. Like
They wanted,
I
they wanted,
I know I
they
know
were
this
proud of
happens.
their work.
I know
They
that
wanted
this
to show it off.
happens. I know that this isn't the first time this has happened. Somebody's been kidnapped and tortured, but the fact that they streamed it online and were proud of what they were doing and laughing the whole time and just saying F Donald Trump, no, like all that stuff. Like the fact that they were doing that just is not okay. And even to a handicapped boy, like that's what makes it a lot more drastic as well. He was not as aware of what was going on, and he wasn't as aware that how wrong they were doing what they were doing to him, how wrong it was.
Yeah.
Like I think it's terrible that they took advantage of somebody who had a mental disability and just kidnapped him, live streamed them torturing him, made him drink toilet water, broke his ribs, beat him up, all just for the whole world to see,
They
and they
thought
were
this was gonna
proud of
go
it.
viral. They thought they thought they were gonna get famous.
And they were laughing, and they thought they would just be they thought the world would just react to it and say it's funny, make a meme out of it, whatever they want to do. No, that's not the stuff that memes are made of.
No, it's this. It's actually absurd. Is what.
It is very absurd, and it is ridiculous that people would go out of their way just to make a video go viral, to commit a hate crime and commit a kidnap just so that they can get
The
a few likes and a few some attention on
the
Facebook.
thing that has me is, what was their plan after this? Because surely they know what they're doing is illegal. Surely they know that her Facebook account is tied to her identity. So,
I don't know, man. They look pretty damn stupid to me.
but I mean, there's a difference between stupidity and common sense, and it's just like I do stuff that I'm not proud of all the time, but I make sure to cover up my tracks. Like I know that sounds terrible, but I do I'm smart about stuff like that. But
Well, see, the thing is, if I had to do this, the first thing I would make sure is I'd cover every single goddamn find out this happened.
this is a different topic altogether. But it's just absurd to me that
I find it unfathomable how stupid these
All right.
people are. Surely they must have known they were
Alright,
gonna get
we're just-
caught. It's
we're
impossible
just
for them to not
bantering
know.
at this point. I think that's a good closing point right there. Thank you all for tuned in this long. I know at the end right there we kind of lost a bit of a pacing there, but I'm hoping to make this at least a bi-weekly thing. Bi-weekly, sorry, la la. Anyway, We
You're
will get
literally
better at
fucking-
this. It is a little bit of a different setting right now. I'm still trying to figure out exactly how to record, but we will get a better pacing with this, and we will improve. All we can do is improve. Any last closing thoughts, guys?
No, not really.
Jimmy?
I've said what I need to say, and I've shared my opinion on this matter, and I think that I've said enough as it is, and I don't want to get into more of it before I may or may not offend somebody. So.
All right, where can people find you guys?
So. People can
What?
find me. People can find my fine ass on. Just, I don't know. I don't know where they can find me. They could probably care less about me. So, they can find me on this channel bi-weekly, talking about stuff that happens around the world. And
Really?
if this somehow explodes,
Or,
I don't know.
okay. Anyway, Aaron, where can people find you?
Yeah, people can usually find my fat ass laying on my goddamn couch playing some Xbox.
All right.
And what? How would they find you on
Alright.
Xbox, Aaron? What
All right, you can find me on
How'd they
YouTube at This Is Foremost, and you can also, that is THISIS number 4 MOST, and you can also yes,
ISIS
and you can find me on Twitter at This Is Foremost, same spelling. This has been a true millennial podcast, and I guess we're signing out. Bye.